Number two, our 2001 Los Angeles Lakers team was not as good in the regular season. They really coasted through the regular season, had a couple injuries in their backcourt. So they only won 56 regular season games. It was still the second best record in the league for whatever that is worth, but not really any separation there. But they quite literally annihilated everyone in the playoffs. They swept the Blazers, they swept the Kings, they swept the top-seeded Spurs. And then after losing a crazy game to Allen Iverson in game one of the finals, they swept them over the final 4 games to hoist the trophy. This was the peak of the Kobe-Shaq partnership. Shaq was at the absolute peak of his powers, and as we discussed in yesterday's video, that was one of the most dominant basketball players to ever touch the floor, right? He had multiple 40-20 games in the playoffs that year. And this was the first year that Kobe reached that like true level of superstardom. He averaged 29.7 rebounds and 6 assists in that playoff run. He had 2 45-point games in that playoff run, one against Sacramento, one against San Antonio. Derek Fisher was red hot from 3 in that entire playoff run. Big defensive contributions off the bench from guys like Horace Grant and Robert Horry. Just a complete and total ass kicking of the rest of the league as they went on to hoist the trophy. When they hit the Jets, you just got to lose to the 2001 Los Angeles Lakers. But number one, easy number one here, in my opinion, the greatest basketball team ever assembled, the 2017 Golden State Warriors. They won 67 regular season games and won 15 consecutive playoff games, the longest playoff win streak in NBA history, before finally losing to Cleveland, a very good Cavs team, a team that when we're doing our best teams to not win the championship list tomorrow, they will probably be very high on that list, right? But that team ended up being the only team to pull a playoff game off of that 2017 Warriors team. To put it very simply, they put together far and away the best 5-man lineup to ever play basketball. There's always this focus on Steph and KD as the partnership there, like as if it was just Steph and KD versus the rest of the league. And don't get me wrong, Steph and KD were the second and third best players in the league at that point, respectively. Really a problematic duo under any circumstances, but it was the 5-man unit in total that made them so devastating. Klay Thompson was the second best shooter in the league at that point and one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. Draymond Green was arguably the best defensive player of this entire era of basketball and the perfect offensive fit in the Warriors system. And then Andre Iguodala, who was the quintessential Warriors role player. Like, if you're ranking the best big forward defenders of this era, Andre Iguodala is right up there. It's like him and Kawhi and LeBron in some order. You're mixing those guys. And Andre Iguodala was just one of the very best at that job of guarding the opposing forwards in the league. But he was also an extremely gifted read and react player in the Golden State system. They tied the 2023 Nuggets for the best offensive rating ever posted by an NBA champion in a playoff run. And when you factor in the difference in eras, I think they get the nod as the best offense ever. But they also did it with a transcendently great defense. The Nuggets posted a 110.2 defensive rating, which is good for that era. But the 2017 Warriors posted a 105.3 defensive rating, another level above that. This is the greatest basketball team ever, let alone the best champion of the last 25 years. That was fun. All right, that's all we got for today. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys for supporting us and supporting the show. We'll be back tomorrow with the top 10 non-champions in NBA history. We will see, or in the last 25 years, I should say. We will see you guys then.